Midst of all the destruction from those storms, those tornadoes, those first responders, well, they've been able to assist those in need. Now, aside from the police officers, dispatchers have really been the unsung heroes. Our 44 News reporter Sydney Spencer got to speak with those dispatchers to see how they're able to assist the night of the storm.
911, where's your emergency?
All 6 of our positions were being used, and they were still just phone calls were flooding in.
Just moments after the tornadoes hit in Hopkins County, Central Dispatch responded to hundreds of emergency calls. By Saturday morning, they received up to 1,100 phone calls, and by the end of Saturday, up to 1,500. Most of them were calls from people trapped inside.
We were relaying that to the first responders on scene and letting them know, what areas we're getting the most calls from, so maybe they could search those areas first.
Dawson Springs, the hardest hit in Hopkins County, was a hot spot for those in need. The calls for help, tough to listen to.
I thought about my family and what I would want to happen with that. So I talked to them. I tried to keep them as calm as possible. I reassured them that help would be there as soon as we're physically able to get there and help.
Despite having his own grandmother's funeral the very next day, White's vow to help and serve the community ultimately helped save lives.
There's no way I could have left here knowing that everybody needed the help that they did. So that was the most important thing.
Another dispatcher following his lead in spite of losing what they call home.
One of our dispatchers' home was completely destroyed. Her husband owns a food truck, and even though their home was completely destroyed, they were in Dawson Springs the next day cooking food for people.
A weekend swamped with calls, although overwhelming, each one answered.
Where do you live?
Ensuring every need for assistance is met. In Madisonville, Sydney Spencer, 44 News.